All right, we look like we good. Let me double check on the YouTube.
Come.
Mic check, mic check. Okay, we good. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're gonna give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh,
Yahweh
Ba'ashem,
Ba'Shem
Yahushua,
Yahushua
Ba'ashem,
Ba'Shem
Rakakwada.
Makabash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who taught us his truth and were well. When they say Shalom to all the brothers, and of course, the few Akwat who are pursuing his truth and sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. I got the brother Benai with me. Brother, tell me your YouTube page.
Oh yeah, GMS standing firm too.
Con. So, got him with me, man. We're gonna respond to this clip through the spirit. Abaratazah. The lesson is edifying. There's this guy, he goes around. I've done responses to him before. He goes around to these small hat communities that's been set up because they get so many stipends from the American taxpayer that none of the people in these communities work. And he's going there and he's like, well, damn, well, can we set something like this up? And could I buy a home in this community and benefit from the American taxpayer dollars? And it's been set up to where, no, you can't infiltrate those communities. It's for them, you know? It's just
Mhm.
it's a small microcosm of how America is just a puppet for the benefit of the small hats. Okay. You got something you want to say before we run the clip, bro?
No, you got it, brother. You go run it.
All right. All right, cool. Here's a clip.
Would I buy a home here?
I don't believe you could.
Obviously, legally, according to the Fair Housing Act, it's illegal for them to discriminate against me, but practically speaking, could I buy a home?
No.
Okay.
This community is allowed to police themselves. You know, they're allowed to do what they want to do. Rules don't apply. Yeah, the trash cans. We have a problem now in Jackson with rats, which we've never had before. It's definitely a concern. It's a complete religious enclave, yes.
And this bus right here is paid for by a Lakewood taxpayer, correct?
Correct.
We're walking. We're trying to walk. You got to... Yes. Call the cops.
Here, it's strictly about religion, nothing else. All these men going to yeshiva until they're 35 years old, they're not producing college students. They're not producing people that are going to go and benefit the greater good of our society.
It's sort of an investment in a insulated, one-way economy.
Correct, without anybody contributing.
Supreme Court ruled that they can officially discriminate and not sell you a house in this apartment complex. Remember what I said, black folks? We can do the same shit. We can get a whole fucking housing complex and make it an ethno-religious housing complex. Only our people can live there. You saw those schools. We can have our own curriculum where we're teaching black children about William Steele, about the black man who freed 1,000 people, including Harriet Tubman. Instead of teaching about Harriet Tubman who freed 70 people, we can teach our own real history. I have so many. Do you know how much money I have following me on Instagram? I have one half of Outkast. I have fucking Teddy Riley. I got fucking Malik Yusuf. I got enough rich black niggas following me on Instagram. Not one has tried to do any of this. Black people, because we are too stupid. When you try to talk to anybody right now, they'll tell you, we can do it. You know what? If we start doing it, they're going to change it. Good. Let them change it. We have our lawyers. We have a string of lawyers. Our lawyers are doing one thing. They're following everything the Jews do. If they change it, they're not going to change it forever because these people need to have something to benefit. When they change it, we will update our fucking society to what the new change is. We can do this. We can create an ethno-religious community. You saw that guy. He saw them. They didn't look like they belonged there with the school buses asking, what are you doing here? I'm going to call the police. We can do the same shit. We can have regular fucking black women Karens. We can have black women driving around walking and she sees a Latina. She goes, hold up, you ain't supposed to be here. Excuse me, who are you? What are you doing here? You can see black women driving around seeing an Indian man. We're like, hold up, there ain't no Indian man supposed to be in this neighborhood. Excuse me, who are you? Hello, what are you doing? We can do that shit, but we don't because we're too fucking stupid. The one demographic that still hits me up about this that wants to take it seriously are black single moms. And that's the group we don't want doing this shit.
Now, he said that it's because we're too stupid. No, it's because we're under the curses. And the Lord is going to have us under those curses, regardless of anything we currently try to do, because he's not going to have it to where we deliver ourselves. The curses get lifted upon the return of the Lord when you go to Revelation 22 and 3. I'm going to open up with this, bro, and then you bring out yours. Um, it's Revelation 22:3. It says, well, I'll just start at the top. Revelation 22:1. And he shewed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the Lamb. All right. And it goes on to say in verse 2, in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there a tree of life which bare 12 manner of fruits, all right, and yielded her fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. So the
Mm.
healing of the nations would take place upon the establishment of the kingdom of heaven. And in verse 3, it says, and then there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. You want to say something, bro? Go ahead.
Oh no, you got it, brother. I'm looking for this precept.
Yeah. So we get out of this predicament upon the alleviation of the curses. Now you go to, what is it? Let's go to I'm gonna go to Haggai 1:6. It says, ye have sown much, and ye bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put in a bag with holes. Meaning that you're not going to be in a situation where the whole nation of Israel is not going to be in a situation to, as in mass, we are financially ahead, where we're financially flourishing. The Lord set a cap on how we can navigate in this kingdom on purpose. You might have one-offs of men that may experience vast amounts of riches, but 10 times out of 10, it's because they're in bed with the wicked. There's a
Hmm.
certain level of success you can never reach unless you're down with the agenda that's being pushed here in this society. Even the guy on the Hamite, he might be a Jake, that's responds to the clip that we watched. He has a bunch of well-to-do so-called Jake following him, and he's always petitioning us to come together and things like that. But he thinks it's a carnal solution to our spiritual problem, and it's not. And those
Hmm.
people that follow him with the money, the reason they're able to be at those levels of success is because they're in close proximity with the wicked. That's it. You know, you had something you want to
Hmm.
bring out, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna get this in Deuteronomy 28, bro. Deuteronomy
Mm-hmm.
28 and 40 and 45 says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee, that thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. You know what I'm saying? And just backing your point up about what you read in Revelations 22, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai is the only one who's gonna set us free, man, from these curses. You know what I'm saying? No, because you had that dude in the video basically saying you had particular, Jakes that set other Jakes free that was in captivity, like Harriet Tubman and all these other people. But ultimately, the true savior is Yahweh Shai. None of that, Marcus Garvey, all these Jakes in history that we know about, Malcolm X, all they're not the true savior. That's why everything that our people set their hand to do, all right, it never goes through. You know what I'm saying? It fails every time. And our people are in a mindset of insanity because they still trying to do the same shit. They still thinking money ultimately can fix our situation when it
Right.
can't. You have particular celebrities like Kanye West, who was once a billionaire, Will Smith, any of these celebrities you can think about, they have money. And they're still under the curses. So that lets you know that you can't escape it. You know what I'm saying? The only one who's going to free us from that is Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man.
That's right. And to back you up, I'm gonna read this Malachi 4:2, but I'm gonna start at verse 1. I'm so close to the top. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So the rulership, like it talks about in Isaiah 47, is going to be put in the dust. There is no throne. They have to be taken out of the way first before us to really enjoy the earth. Okay? But it goes on to say, like the brother mentioned, Yahweh Shah is the one that's going to bring the healing, right? Isaiah 4:2, and I'll put it up on the screen. All right. Isaiah 4:2. But unto you that fear my name So to that subsect of the nation of Israel that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that seek to uphold his standard to the best of their ability, this what you got coming to you. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Now I bring this up to show you that as a believer, you should be longing for the kingdom of heaven. You should be longing for the return of our Lord, which means you got to be paying attention to what? Prophecy. And majority of people, they're not paying attention to prophecy, bro. So they don't know what to even look for. They're not looking for the new heavens and the new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. They're trying to find a carnal solution again for the spiritual problem.
Hmm.
Go
Let
ahead,
me
bro. You
see.
got
Con, I'm and when you go into, can you read that one more time, bro? Salakia.
Malachi 4 and 2, right?
Yeah, con.
It's Malachi 4 and 2 again. It reads, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings,
Hmm.
and you shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
Right. So when you look at the customs, you know what I'm saying, at night, the calf would be ultimately confined until the, until the born or whatever, however you put it. You know what I'm saying? But in the morning, you know what I'm saying, the former, you know what I'm saying, would ultimately let the calf out, and you know what I'm saying, and it would run, it would be free. You know what I'm saying? It would be set free. You know what I'm saying? And when you see a calf go out, like just like a kid, you know what I'm saying, you let them go, they getting out the car and going to the park. As soon as they foot hit the ground, they taking off. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They running, they happy, they jumping and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And right now we bound 2/3 of our people don't even understand that we bound not only in this physical captivity over here in Babylon the Great, but we bound unto the flesh, you know. And what Yahweh Shah is going to do is ultimately change us to be like him, to be set free. 'Cause we in chains. The scriptures talk about that. When you read, I think it's in Second Peter's, talks about those angels who are locked in chains of darkness. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
flesh.
We are those angels that's locked in. We subject unto the flesh, bro. You see, now, so not only this captivity over here in Babylon under the so-called white man, but we subject and bound in these bodies. You know what I'm saying? These corrupt bodies that ultimately, you know what I'm saying, fight. As the scriptures say, the flesh is it wars against the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So we constantly at war. You know what I'm saying? And the only one who's gonna bring that peace, man, is Yahweh Shah. All right.
That's it. I want to back you up since you quoted it. I'm gonna get that chains of darkness, and I'm gonna get earthen vessels. Okay.
Okay, Gon, you got it.
This is Second Peter's 2, and the point is in 4. I'll just get to the point. This is a Second Peter's 2 and 4. You got it, bro. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, living condition, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be
Right.
reserved unto judgment.
Right. So these angels that sin, when you go into the scriptures, it tells you that angels don't sin, man. I think it's in Psalms 103. It talks about the angels, ultimately obeying the Lord and and doing His commandments. So the actual angels don't sin, man. You see, this is talking about us. When you go into that word angel, it can mean an actual angelic being, or it could be talking about a messenger. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the book of Second Esdras, it calls Malachi the angel of the Lord.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Agalos.
Right. So a man can be like even when you're reading the Revelations, when it goes into the seven churches, it says unto the angel of this church and the angel unto that church. These are particular men. You know what I'm saying? Men of those churches, leaders of those churches. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted when you read angels in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important. You got to understand when it's talking about an actual angel and actual angel, or when it's talking about a messenger, a man. You know, but
Right, right.
going back unto that those angels that sinned from the beginning was the sons of God, which are the Israelites, man. All right, that lineage of Adam, you know what I'm saying, who ultimately, that you read about in Genesis chapter 6, that ultimately got corrupted over time, you know, mixing mingling with Esau's with Cain's lineage, you know what I'm saying, and keeping the customs, and you know what I'm saying, and fell away in their strength and their pride. You know what I'm saying? Those are the angels that sinned, because they were the ones who were supposed to keep, all right, and push forth the ways of Yahweh Shema on the planet Earth, man. You know, so that fall that you read about is them being cast down into these chains of darkness, which is these bodies, man. You know,
Yeah. And that's not, yeah, because people use that to talk about Satan fell from heaven and da 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 da. I see them short today. The dude was talking about the first sin wasn't Adam and Eve. It was started in heaven when Satan. No, you can't back that up with scripture. I think he
Right.
also used what is it, Isaiah the 14th chapter to try to hint at that. It's like, no, bro. That's talking about the wicked in this lofty position being taken down. And it's going also into their God complex because it says they want to be like the most high. But again, these people, they don't got it. Can I read the other one for you, bro? And you got it?
Con.
This is give me 1 second. This is Second Corinthians 4, and the point is in 7, but I'm gonna start at 6. I'm gonna start at 5. For we preach not ourselves, but the Mashiach Yahushua our Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahushua's sake. For Yahweh, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, have shined in our hearts, to give the light of knowledge of the glory of the God in the face of Yahushua Mashiach. The point, verse 7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of power may be of God and not of us.
Mhm.
You know,
Go ahead, bro. Salaki.
oh yeah, just going into that. Yeah, we're in the flesh. So we understand the solution to the problem, unlike the guy in the clip. He don't really know the solution to our problem. He's trying to find a carnal way to achieve it because he doesn't have that divine connection. We know the solution, but we understand for the solution to actually take place, it takes patience, and we gotta wait on our Lord. Yahweh Shah's the solution, like you went into. Okay, but most people, that's a ludicrous thing to even say to them because they really don't believe. They don't believe that he is. So to sit there and wait on our power and to behave while we're waiting is something that just sounds outrageous. It sounds like we're doing nothing. Like Charleston White said, I see
Right.
y'all saying all this, show me. And it's like, okay, well, what the fuck you think we doing?
Right.
You know?
Right. That's one nigga that our people do look up to. You know what I'm saying?
They look
They
up to that nigga.
all these fucking but Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? But here it is, this nigga. He the same nigga who will turn around and talk shit about the scriptures, man. You know, he'll talk shit, and that nigga he ain't got the answers. None of these dudes have the answer. Only people who have the answers are the men of the Lord. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? This is the way. You know, this is the way. Like Yahweh Shah said, man. He is the way. You know, this is the way, man. You know, and now people are gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? The hard way. You know what I'm saying? By
yeah.
death by pain. You know.
The Lord's about to bring situations on earth, and he's using this devil to do it a lot, right? This damn white man, whether you believe it or not, is the Lord's whipping stick for his own people. He's about to put everybody in this situation to where they realize there is no carnal solution. And the only people you're going to be able to turn to hear what's right is going to be the prophets. The Lord's about to shut everybody's mouth with the
Right.
conditions he's bringing upon the earth. Good dog. Hey, Shalom, bro. How about you,
Shalom,
man?
Mark.
Shabbat.
Shalom, Mike, and Yabashir Shabbat.
You had something you wanted I know you didn't get to see the clip, but you
Now,
had something you.
I watched it while I was on my way to the car,
Mhm.
saying that pretty much how you made mention how like they really just don't understand that we're just in the curses, right? That's part of the curse is the fact that we got to go to our enemy in one of all things, right? How hell the last verse, how no man shall redeem you, right? And I got this precept if y'all don't mind. I don't even know if y'all brought it out yet.
Come on, go ahead, bro.
This is Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured in my jealousy. I mean, fire of my jealousy. It's like so that's right there letting you know that in order for you to get any alleviation, really true reparations, is you have to wait until Yahweh Shai comes back, right? We've only been commissioned to pretty much be set up as ambassadors of Yahweh Bashion Shai to let you know of what to come. But as far as like fighting and doing all that, we can't do nothing about that,
That's
right? We
right.
already tried. Like there's a I don't know if y'all brothers know about Lake Lanier. That used to be like
Yeah.
a black owned like community thing, and then
It's
Esau just took that shit away. So even
flooded
if
it.
we also like you were gonna say something.
Yeah, that's one of the towns that was flooded.
Yep.
There's a lot of thriving black. If y'all don't know if y'all brothers know this, but Deep Ellum used to be one of the. It was like a black Hollywood
So
before. They built 75 over. They built 75 over Deep Ellum here in Dallas. That used to be a black community. If you even look at if you go to Deep Ellum, you see that it's built way different than the rest of the town. The structure of it,
Mm.
Right.
but they built the 75 over it, and it's another highway. They do that with like every time you go to an MLK Boulevard in any major city, wherever it intersects with Malcolm X, those used to be regions where it was, a J community. And you'll notice whether you go to Memphis, LA, they always got a highway. They go right through it, and right across it, it kind of boxes those Jake off. They systematically went through the whole country and just basically destroyed Jake from having the opportunity to economically thrive, like the guy was talking about in the clip. You got it, bro. I ain't meant to cut you off.
Nah,
Lake Lenore, you was going into.
yeah, it's all good because like in other words, we already tried to do these things, do the communities come together, right? And every time we did it, it failed. So now the only thing that's going to work is when your Howard Shot comes back and take the crowns off of these heathens' heads, man. Ultimately, take over this kingdom, because that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. Because us trying to do it ourselves, it's just simply not going to work. You can read Baruch 4:6. It goes into the reason why we're even in this predicament to begin with, right? So if you understand why you're in a predicament, as well as what to do to get out of it, which is serving Yahweh Bashem Shai, then you'll understand that, like, okay, so this is going to be the only way we're going to be, as the title going to be alleviated from these curses. Because right now we're just flooded with curses, man. But once your house
Right.
shot get to be changed, Lord willing to be part of that, then we're gonna fulfill that Deuteronomy 28:1-14. The blessings. But like you got it, bro.
I got something for you, Kadal.
Go ahead, bro.
This Psalms 127 and verse 1. It says, a song of decrees for Solomon. It says, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. So just, backing your point up, bro, about, you had brought up
Exactly.
Lake
So
Lanier. No, go ahead. Go ahead, up.
no, okay, I was gonna say like exactly. Meaning, if it's not built in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai, if it's not back behind them names, then it's all in vain. That's why it's, scripture goes into what, 1 Corinthians 15:58. How your labor in vain your labor is not in vain in the Lord, roughly paraphrasing. So that's the only thing that matters. Anything that's aligned with Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai's will, is going to prosper. But if it's not, then it's gonna fail miserably, as we all have already seen, man. It's going, no matter how many times Jake try to come up with these communities, Esau's gonna either have his hand in it or he's going to destroy it. One of the two, you know. That's all I have to
Right.
say.
That's
I got
right.
another one too, bro. You got something?
I was gonna read some off the comment board, but you go first.
All right, Con. This is Rock chapter 5 and verse 1 in the GNT. It says, don't rely on money to make you independent.
Mm.
Yep. And that's it, bro. That's
Yeah,
how
that
people
was
problem.
it.
They rely on money to make them independent. They think that's the problem. They think that's the cure all for our people's you know what I'm saying, you know uh, shit that they going through, man. That can, money can heal it, you know. No, that's not the answer, bro. It's deeper than money. It's a spiritual thing. All right, Jake has to, you know what I'm saying, be changed spiritually. You know what I'm saying? It has to be within that change comes from, bro. Not just fucking money, bro. Because you give a nigga some money, he ain't gonna do nothing, but he ain't gonna know what to do with it.
He
He
gonna
gonna he
destroy
gonna spend it
himself.
on wickedness, man. Yeah. Like the brother said, he gonna destroy himself. You know.
Yeah. So could you read that one more time?
Sirach chapter 5 and verse 1 in the GNT. Don't rely on money to make you independent.
Yeah, money could be a defense, but if you don't know how to, like the brother was going into, if you don't know how to allocate those resources that you gain in a righteous fashion, it's only going to lead to destruction. It's only going to lead to more deprivation. It's only going to lead to debauchery. You look at a lot of these Edomites that have all this money, they get into really perverted stuff, man, because they don't have a righteous mind to guide the substances that they have. Like the brothers mentioning, you can't feel a spiritual hole because all Jake, they're just emptiness they feel, and think that maybe if I get fame, maybe if I get money, maybe if I get
Right.
substance, I can fill this hole. But it's a spiritual hole. Can't fill a spiritual hole with carnal stuff. Okay, that's all of our people are in, whether they know it or not. They're roundabout worshiping Mammon, the god of money, because that's the most powerful thing to them. They don't look at Yahweh Shemi Yahushua as the most powerful thing. They don't look at faith. They don't look at abstaining from the flesh as the most powerful thing that you can do. They don't look at it that way. So
Man.
they're able to be manipulated. They're able to be controlled by the enemy. Because if you want to manipulate a man, you either give him what he wants or you take away what he wants. They want money, and this devil controls money. So that's why the apostles always say you could buy a nigga cheap. They worship the
Man.
money so they could be manipulated by it. But
Right.
when you seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, when that's what you desire and crave, you can't be manipulated by this low level damn cracker because you don't desire something that's of this earth. You want
Right.
to say something now? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I want to read this for you, bro, because what you were saying, it made me think about, what Will Smith has said in an interview not too long ago.
Oh yeah, I know
So I
something.
looked it up on Google. You know what I'm saying? And it's the AI overview. It says Will Smith has stated that money and material wealth cannot buy lasting happiness. A lesson he emphasizes learning after turning 50 and achieving $350 million in wealth. He believes that after buying everything one desires, one realizes true joy must be cultivated internally within the mind and heart. It says the cliff top concept. It says Smith describes reaching a cliff top in life where one has attained all material success only to realize that money, sex, and fame cannot provide true fulfillment, creating an abyss, like you said, that hole, an abyss that must be overcome by finding happiness within oneself.
Through the spirit, through your relationship with the Al-Bashim Yahushai.
Right.
That's where your purpose lies. That's where your value lies. We talked about this last time we went out to teach, was I don't know, it was 2 weeks ago. We talked a little bit about people are missing a real purpose. People that the purposes people think they got is really low level. They don't realize, like, no, I'm supposed to forward the Lord's will on earth. I'm supposed to forward righteousness on earth. That's how you that's how you have value, your usefulness to the Lord. But people associate their value with carnal shit. Like you're going to, like Will Smith said, he realized, like, damn, I can't feel this hole I'm feeling with stuff. It has to be something spiritual, but he don't even got it because he don't know Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Right.
So he's still lost.
Bro.
So he basically told you he never gonna be happy. I ain't gonna be happy here.
Right.
You know?
It's a like he said, it's a cliff top that you reach. And after that, it's like, you know what I'm saying? After you do, like you said, bro, how I said, what is a man to gain the world but lose his soul?
Right.
And that's exactly what happened to these celebrities like Will Smith, bro. He didn't gain the world. He got the fame. You know what I'm saying? He had all the women, he had all the sex. You know what I'm saying? He had all that shit that these people think can bring happiness, man. But he realized once he got to a certain point, that like, damn, that shit, I'm still empty. You
It's
know,
nothing.
even all this shit I acquired, I'm still empty. It's still a hole. You know?
Yeah, man. It's just a never ending circle. If it was up to our people, man, we'll be in captivity forever. We'll we'll become whatever Esau trying to make us. You know,
Yep.
if it was up to them, because they, regardless of all the shit the Lord put us through to get us to, because before the Lord decides to show his power through a person, he breaks them down first. As a whole nation, he's broken us down. Only the remnant is realizing, okay, my whole purpose of being here is to serve the Lord. When a man realizes that, then the Lord will say, okay, now I can use this person. Now I can use them to show my power, my strength. Okay. But if you don't come to that realization ever, you can't be used by the Lord in full in righteousness. You can be used for wicked shit and little miscellaneous purposes, but to be used in full for righteousness' sake, that can't happen unless you come to the realization of Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Meaning your life revolves around the Lord's standard and his way. You can't be used in righteousness in full.
Hmm.
You had something, bro? Maybe another precept or something, and we'll
Nah, that's all I had,
Godal
bro.
got kicked off. What's going on? You must have pressed the button or something, Godal.
Nah, I kind of had my phone was tripping, so I just kind of
Okay,
left. It
you
came
fresh.
back.
All right.
It's like, oh man.
Oh yeah, some one of us had some. I noticed a comment on the comment board that I want to
Uh,
read.
I do.
Go
Just to
ahead, bro.
add on to y'all point. This is Ecclesiastes. Dang it. Okay, there it goes. Ecclesiastes chapter 12.
13. Yeah.
Yep, 12 and 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Bashem Shai and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." And anything outside of that, just going into pretty much how like trying to fulfill that fill that void, you're not gonna be able to do it. I mean, you already made mention of it, brother Yuan, how you can't fill up uh that void with carnal things. It have to be a spiritual thing, and that spiritual thing is ultimately, fearing Yahweh Bashem and keeping his commandments to the best of your ability. Ultimately, being a servant of the Lord, right there. That's the ultimate fulfillment, right there. I mean, just read it. That's their whole duty. The whole reason you're created is to do the work of the Lord. That's gonna fill that right there is gonna fill the void. But anything outside of that, money, cars, clothes, and hoes, what Jake think is gonna fill it, it's like, okay, yeah, it might be fun for a time, but what happened when a year or two go by and you just kind of over it?
Right.
Now what? You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to
Mhm.
say.
True. I wanted to read this off the comment board because this brother he been on fire the whole lesson. This GMS Spiritual Art 144. He says puts up First Timothy 6 and 5. It says perverse disputings of men corrupt minds and destitute of truth. The guy Gothica in the clip that we said we could do this, we could start our community. He's destitute of the actual truth. And destitute of truth, supposing that gain is godliness, from
Mm.
such withdraw thyself. But godliness with contentment is great gain. Our people, they having the understanding, having a connection with the Lord, having that relationship, that's not enough for them. They need something that they could physically see and touch, which has historically been the problem with Israel. They need something that they could physically see, which is why they built that golden calf in the wilderness after the Lord did all those miracles for them. They still needed something that they could touch. Even though the damn cherub was in the sky, they needed something they could interact with on a low level. I hate niggas. They,
Mhm.
they got they gotta be reset, bro. There's no
Yeah,
reasoning with them. You know what I mean? Y'all had something y'all want to say?
No, you got it, brother.
got it.
Okay. Because it's more on this bro precept. First he jumped to verse 9 and he says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and they snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. We talked about when people got a lot of resources and it's not guided with a righteous mind, how they just fall into debauchery. Look at these Edomites on the island. And into many foolish, hurtful lusts. And it be Jake getting into these parties and all that, they don't go as far as in mass as the Edomite. Can't nobody beat him in wickedness, but they go down that path nonetheless. But they that be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which draw men in destruction and perdition. You see?
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. Anybody had any more precepts?
I'll drive one, bro.
Shoot. Well, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
This Jeremiah 50 and 33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together." It says, "And all that took them captives held them fast; they refused to let them go." Just
Mm,
circling back into the point that all y'all brothers was making, and you know what I'm saying about Jake trying to be independent, trying to start their own shit. That's never gonna happen, bro. Esau is not gonna let you go. He's not gonna let you go, bro. Him destroying these towns like Rosewood and Tulsa, Oklahoma, and like the brother said, Lake Lanier. Him destroying these towns is him not letting your ass go, man. He's not gonna let you establish anything. He gonna hold your ass fast, man. And it's only through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, that we gonna be loosed out of this man's hand, man. The Lord Himself gonna have to do it.
right. Good dog. You
That was
got any
it, bro.
closing? You got any
Nah,
closing statements? Y'all, either you brothers got any closing statements?
shit, you got it.
Shoot, man. So with that being, well, we gonna go. If the weather ain't bad, we're gonna try to make it out there 7:30 at the camp today, Wednesday camp. But we want to get some spiritual exercise in beforehand. I don't think the brothers went out to camp just last night because of the weather. But I brought this out the lessons of the farm. Want to give all praises once more to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
Bahashem.
Bahashem, Kakodash. Dang, you still there, bro?
Hey, Jay left quick as hell.
Nah, I say we still live on mine.
Oh shoot. Yeah, it does say we still live. I guess.
I'm gonna hit end, bro.
Oh, there it goes.
You good, bro?
Can y'all hear me?
God.
Yeah, say we still live, bro.
Okay, yeah. I got a call. That's why it messed me up. I
Oh,
know they know I was on live. Anyway, yeah. Double honor to apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught us the truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and of course the few sisters pursuing this truth and sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.